Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving into something that could literally alter the trajectory of your entire career. We're breaking down the engineer's blueprint, 100 free certifications to industry readiness. Look, if you're an engineering student or a self-directed learner, you already know the deal. Technology is moving incredibly fast, way faster than standard textbooks can actually keep up with. So consider this explainer your definitive guide to bridging that massive, often kind of intimidating gap between academic theory and the harsh, demanding realities of modern engineering. We're going to map out exactly how you can upskill across 10 distinct domains, entirely for free using credentials from the absolute most trusted platforms on the planet. Let's get into it.
All right, we need to start with a bit of a stark reality check. Think about standard university curricula. They are absolutely incredible for teaching you the foundational stuff, the physics, the advanced math, how things operate in a vacuum. But compare that to actual industry readiness. When you sit across the table from a hiring manager, they aren't just looking for theory. They want practical execution, they want hands-on skills, and active deployment. Getting that academic degree, that's not the finish line anymore. Honestly, it's just the starting line. Recruiters today demand verifiable proof that you can take those high-level concepts and actually apply them using industry-standard tools. And the blueprint we're looking at today provides exactly that kind of proof.
Which brings us to Pillar 1, the digital architecture. This covers programming, data, cloud, and security.
So, these first 40 certifications cover 4 incredibly sought-after digital domains. First up, programming. And we're not just talking about memorizing syntax here. It's about fluency. Certifications like Python for Everybody or Java programming give you that baseline language of the modern digital world. But to be a modern engineer, you've also got to understand data. Taking programs like machine learning or Pandas basics transforms you from someone who just writes code into someone who actually trains algorithms to make decisions. That's a huge leap. And since the days of localized servers are pretty much over, earning an AWS Cloud Practitioner or Microsoft Azure Fundamentals certification proves you know your way around the massive hyperscalers where these apps actually live. Finally, as a necessary shield for all this tech, things like the Google Cybersecurity Certificate and Ethical Hacking Basics teach you how to defend the digital ecosystems you build.
Now, before we jump into the physical side of things, we need to pause and absorb a core philosophy extracted straight from this blueprint. The quote says, "Do not collect digital badges passively. Build and deploy live projects demonstrating the concepts learned." This right here is the golden rule of modern upskilling. Clicking through endless multiple-choice video courses, it means basically nothing if you can't build something real. If you take that Python certification, go write a script that automates a boring daily task. If you pass an AWS exam, go host a simple website on a cloud server. Action, actual, tangible action, is literally the only currency the industry truly values. Moving on to Pillar 2, the physical infrastructure. This is all about electronics, mechanical, electrical, and networking.
Here we start by actually breathing life into silicon through electronics and embedded systems, looking at courses like Arduino Basics or VLSI Design. But it doesn't stop there. Every physical product has to be modeled, right? So SolidWorks Essentials or AutoCAD Basics are completely non-negotiable for translating theoretical physics into real-world manufacturing. Then, as the whole world pivots towards sustainable energy, the electrical and power domain becomes critical. Courses like Power Systems Basics or the MATLAB on-ramp let you simulate massive electrical grids. And tying all of this hardware together is communication and networking. Knocking out something like Cisco's CCNA Introduction to Networks or 5G Technology Basics proves you understand the invisible highways connecting all this global infrastructure.
Next is Pillar 3, the crucial catalysts. We're talking software tools and soft skills. Listen, it's kind of a harsh truth in the engineering industry, but sheer technical brilliance often falls flat without the right frameworks and interpersonal skills backing it up. These final 20 certifications might honestly be the most important ones for your long-term career trajectory. You might be a coding genius, but Git and version control, Agile project management, and Postman API basics are what prove you can actually collaborate in a modern corporate team without, completely breaking production servers. And please, do not underestimate soft skills and career development. Taking communication skills, design thinking, or specialized resume writing courses elevates you from just being a capable engineer to a highly indispensable one. Because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter how brilliant your code or your CAD design is if you can't effectively communicate its value to the people in the room.
All right, let's talk about the trusted ecosystems. These are the global certification platforms. So where do you actually find all this? These are the absolute heavyweights of digital education. You've got Coursera and edX acting as massive aggregators, sitting right alongside direct programs from industry titans like Google Career Certificates, IBM SkillsBuild, Cisco Networking Academy, and Microsoft Learn. If you're looking for deep, intense academic rigor, especially in core engineering, NPTEL provides incredible value. Meanwhile, platforms like Great Learning round out the list with really accessible foundational tech courses. And honestly, the most staggering fact about all of this, the knowledge offered by these platforms, which aligns perfectly with this 100 certification blueprint, is completely accessible and free to audit. High-quality, industry-approved education isn't gatekept anymore. It's sitting right there, entirely within your reach.
Let's break down the execution plan. Here's an actionable strategy for students.
The absolutely crucial point here is focus. Here's a simple 3-step actionable strategy so you don't get overwhelmed. Step 1. Targeted selection. Please do not try to take all 100 courses. That is a fast track to burnout. Instead, strategically pick 2 to 3 complementary domains that align with your specific engineering branch. For example, if you're a mechanical engineering student, maybe combine the mechanical and CAD domain with cloud computing so you can actually run your simulations on AWS. Step 2. Project-based application. We brought this up earlier, but it is so important it bears repeating. Build and deploy live projects. You have to turn that theoretical certificate into a tangible portfolio link. And step 3, resume integration. Once you've got the credentials, prominently list them under a dedicated section on your resume. Doing this shows unmatched initiative to hiring managers. It proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that you have independently bridged the gaps left behind by standard university curricula.
We've laid out the digital architecture, the physical infrastructure, the crucial catalysts, and the exact global platforms to get you there. The old barriers to entry for industry readiness, they've been completely dismantled. You have the blueprint in front of you. You have the tools at your disposal. The only real question left to answer is, what are you going to build first?